That's a little dark. Okay, let's brighten this up a little bit. It's a little gloomy today. It's raining. And my sister's calling. Hold on. I started working a couple of weeks ago, and so I haven't had a lot of time. And I've been meaning to do this video forever, it feels like. I've also I got the ORLY spring collection, was it a couple weeks ago? And I have yet to swatch them. I haven't even taken them out of the box. I kind of glanced at the colors, but that's pretty much it. And so I'm hoping this weekend I have a little time to swatch, because I don't always have time on the weekends either. So I want to try to keep up, only because I still want to make my YouTube videos and, you know, make nail polish videos, because I really enjoy it. So for today's video though, and I talked about this on my Instagram about maybe a week and a half ago or so. Ever since the movie Encanto came out, I was hoping to see some kind of nail polish collection release from mainstreams, but I haven't, to date, I have not seen anything as far as nail polishes go. I think there was a makeup release from an independent brand, but no nail polishes. And I haven't taken a look at independent brands because I don't really keep up with indie releases. So if there's anything, I'm assuming it may be, you know, from that branch of the nail polish world. So what I decided to do, since I was waiting for something to come out and nothing came out, I thought, well, let me approach this like I do my Shop My Stash, and let me create a mock-up collection. So if a brand was to release, this is what I would like to see. And let me tell you, this is not a very cohesive, I feel, lineup. And I had a really hard time selecting polishes because there's so many colors in the movie Encanto, but some of the colors are muted and some of the colors are bright, and so I couldn't decide on the yellow, let's say. In the movie, there's different tones of yellow, some of which just are a little bit muted and some are a little bit brighter. I had a hard time deciding on just this one color, which is why it took me this long. So what I decided to do instead is do 5 creams that are a little bit muted, right? Inspired by the movie. And then I pulled out 5 creams that are a little bit brighter, also inspired by the movie. And I try to get as close to the clothing, basically, as much as I could. I also pulled out, though, some toppers, because I love toppers, and I would love to see brands incorporate toppers a little bit more. So altogether I have 10 creams and then 2, 4, 6, 7 toppers. Not that a brand would release this many toppers in a collection, but I pulled anything that I feel goes very well and is inspired by the movie or would go really well with some of these polishes. So let me get on into it. Okay, I'm going to start off with this red one. I'm not doing it in any particular order here, but I am going to do kind of like the muted colors first. And I'm starting off with this red cream from OP. I'll do a close-up bottle shot for you guys to see. This is Chick Flick Cherry. So it's a red, but leans a little bit more maroon, and it's a little bit muted, it's a little bit dusty, and it has a really, really awesome formula. It gets opaque at 2 coats. And this color I pulled out, or this polish I pulled out, because it's inspired by Dolores' skirt, and she's so pretty. I freaking love her skirt too. It's so adorable. And I'm pretty sure she has kind of like yellowy orange elements in her skirt as well. So anyways, Chick Flick Cherry from OPI. This is beautiful. It's just, I used to love it back in the days, and I finished an entire bottle of this one and went out to buy it. But I have other reds that I enjoy so much more now, so this has not been my go-to for a really long time, and it's currently not my favorite, but it doesn't mean that it's not a good polish. Why is it so dark? It doesn't mean that it's not a very good polish. It's still really good, and it still has a really great formula. So I'm still very comfortable in recommending this particular polish. And then the next one is from a Jessica brand, and this is called Dazzed Dahlia. And this is almost like a magenta, so it's a little bit purple, it's a little bit pink. Maybe I'm getting the color wrong, I don't know. It's a little bit purple and a little bit pink. Cream formulation, super awesome formula for this one. Takes 2 coats to get opaque. And this is inspired by Abuela's dress. I love Abuela's dress. She seems to have also some navy blue elements, which I think is so beautiful. But she has gold elements as well. And another polish that I think would work very well is String of Hearts from ORLY, from the fall collection just this past year. I was going to mention that one, but I decided on this one because this one kind of, in some of some parts of her dress, it just looks a little bit lighter in certain areas, and I really like that particular color. The swatch you're going to see of this one, I have a swatch of this by itself, but I also put on Maria Luisa from ZOYA, which is a warm gold topper, and these are gold metallic shreds that are not uniformly shaped, which is what I like about this glitter topper. I also really like that they're a little bit more flat, so they don't tend to stick on the nails or look thick and chunky on the nails at all. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful topper. I love it. It's my favorite gold glitter topper, really. And I just think these two colors go very, very well together. And then the next one is the yellow one. So this yellow one is the one that I had the hardest time kind of deciding on what type of yellow, because I really like the muted yellow in the clothing of Mirabel's aunt and uncle, and actually their children as well. Antonio and Camilo, I think, are their names. So Pepa is the mom, Felix is the dad, the kids are Antonio, which is the little boy, he's so freaking cute, and then Camilo, which is the brother, right? They all seem to be in uniform because they're all wearing yellow clothing, but in their clothing there's a brighter yellow, but then there's almost like a mustardy yellow incorporated, and muted yellows, which I think is so, so pretty. But I also thought about the butterflies, and I was actually hoping or thinking of also mentioning Sunsi and Sand in My Pants from OPI. That's a really great bright yellow to incorporate. So if you have that one and you're trying to do a mani inspired by the movie, that's a good one. Yeah, the mom has the same thing. It's almost mustardy yellow, and then like a brighter yellow, muted yellow, stuff like that. The dad also has some orange incorporated in his clothing. But anyways, I ended up deciding on this one. I don't know why it's getting dark here. What is it called? Here Comes the Sun, I think is what it's called. And it's from ORLY. This is, I think this came out either, I think spring last year, I want to say. And it's such a beautiful yellow. It does require 3 coats to get opaque like any yellow, but really, really great formula. And initially when I started pulling out polishes, guys, this could have easily been an entire ORLY lineup, but I decided against it and just decided to go with a little bit more variety in brand. So anyways, but I still incorporated quite a few ORLYs in here. This one being one inspired by Bruno. So Bruno's cloak is almost like a murky green. It looks a little bit like a dirty type of green, right? And I thought of this polish. I think Eden from Julie G is also really great because it's almost sage-like. But this one I just feel like looks a little bit more murky, which is why I decided on this one. And this is such a beautiful one. Definitely one of my favorites from ORLY's fall release. And it's called Wild Willow from ORLY. I recently wore this one in a Skittles mani. Actually, maybe I'll include that picture as well, but I do have a swatch of this one on its own. I think that Maria Luisa would go really well over top of this one also. It's so beautiful. This Maria Luisa would go really, honestly, very well over top of any of these because it's just a beautiful gold topper. But maybe adding something like this over top of it and mattifying it, I think that would look amazing. So Wild Willow from ORLY is a good one. And then the next one is from ESSIE. And I picked out a deep, dusty navy blue. And this one is inspired by the dad. Mirabel's dad, because I think he's just so funny. So his name is Agustin in the movie. And his voice is done by Wilmer Valderrama. So basically his entire suit. And I'm pretty sure there's something else. Yeah, like the frame of the doors is navy blue. Oh, and the fact, oh my god. The fact that John Leguizamo, it plays Bruno's voice is like amazing to me. I was so freaking excited. But anyways, so deep navy blue from ESSIE. This is called Infinity Cool. I think I still need to put this one on, take a picture of it. But if I remember correctly, this one takes a couple of coats, no more than that, to get opaque. And beautiful formula. Again, another one that will look really great with the gold glitter topper. But I was actually also thinking this one. This is from LA Colors, and this is called Brave, which is just a solid blue metallic glitter that would look really nice over like a brighter blue over top of the deep navy blue. I think I did a manicure with Brave with, I think it was String of Hearts from ORLY. So I'll put that one up on the screen because it's such a beautiful blue, solid blue glitter topper. And I added a glossy top coat, but I don't know if I did a mattified mani with that one, but that's a manicure that I ended up wearing for quite a few days. And it was so beautiful, guys, because I don't even think my pictures captured how pretty it really looked in person, because it looked depending on how my nails, you know, how the light was hitting my nails, certain blue glitters were a little bit deeper and some looked a little bit brighter, like they glowed a little bit more. So I really enjoyed that manicure. It was a long-lasting manicure. I think I ended up wearing that one for an entire week. So anyways, this one was great with a color like this, or like String of Hearts from ORLY, which you guys will see up on the screen, because I really enjoyed that manicure. All right, the next one is inspired by Luisa, and this is Synthetic Symphony from ORLY. This came out in the summer collection. This is inspired by Luisa's skirt. So this is kind of, this is a purple, but it has a lot of blue undertones. I'm pretty sure her skirt is more blue based, but this is the closest color that I could find, because her skirt looks darker but vibrant at the same time, because it does have some blue undertones. So I ended up picking this one out, and this is such a beautiful color, beautiful formula as well. 2 coats to get opaque. On me, this tends to, although in the bottle it leans a little bit more purple, and here's coming off way brighter than what it actually is, but on my nails, it actually pulls a little bit more blue. Still purple, but blue leaning purple. The next polish is from DIOR. This is called Splash. I couldn't quite decide on the polish because I almost pulled out OPI's I'm on a Sushi Roll. I think that would have been really great, but Mirabelle's skirt leans just a little bit more blue, but I wanted something also that tied into her mom as well. But because her mom's dress, it's almost the color of Mirabelle's skirt, but it seems to lean a little bit more green. I don't know, I could be wrong. And Mirabelle's skirt is almost a little bit more blue. They're almost the same, I want to say. Mirabelle has almost all of the colors incorporated in her skirt of her entire family, it looks like, which I think is really cool. Actually, this one, I think, is the color of her earrings, of Mirabelle's earrings. It's almost identical to her earrings, which is so freaking cute. So anyways, I ended up going with this one, but I think I'm on a Sushi Roll from OPI is a really great alternative. There's another one from OPI, and it's a classic, and I cannot remember the name off the top of my head at this very moment, but I wanted something a little bit brighter, so I pulled out Splash from DIOR. The last time I wore it was just this last summer, and I wore it as a pedicure, and it's just really awesome. Great formula. This is not a polish that's available anymore, but if you have I Need a Refreshment is a great alternative. I Need a Refreshment from Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild doesn't make the Mega Last line, but I know a lot of people have still polishes from the Mega Last line, so if you have that one, bring it out, because it's an amazing one. I finished mine a long time ago, which is the reason why I don't have it. And then this one, I pulled it out because it reminds me not only of a lot of the greenery that's going on in the movie, but it also because of Mirabelle's glasses. So adorable. I love her glasses. I love the fact that they put glasses on her character. So I pulled out another ORLY polish. I'm telling you, this could have been mostly ORLY's. This is Neon Paradise. What a perfect name, right, for the movie? Because I feel like where they live, it looks like a paradise. So this is more of a vibrant, not quite neon type of green, almost like a brighter grassy, not even grassy, like leafy type of green. Almost, and it's really beautiful. Takes 2 to 3 coats to get opaque though, because the formula is just a little bit more sheer. Like a lot of ORLY's polishes, they tend to have a little bit of transparency to them, but so beautiful. I wore this for my birthday last year, actually. I wore one of the grains, this grain on one hand, and then the other grain that released in the summer collection on the other hand. I wore that for quite a few days, and it wore very well, and it's just such a beautiful color. And then the next one is the purple one. I couldn't find anything exactly like Isabella's dress. Her dress is just a different kind of purple that I would love to own a polish of, because it is purple but it has blue undertones, so it makes it more vibrant, and I don't have a purple in this realm, this tone here, like the color of her dress. I was looking at my collection for something to pull, and I'm like, God, I need a polish like that. It's just so beautiful. All of the flowers that she puts out, they're just so beautiful, but a lot of them lean purple, some pink obviously, you know, but her surrounding, everything's just purple. So any purple polish I think will work, but I ended up pulling this one out because it's the closest one that I had, and it's called Do You Lilac It from OPI. Great formula for this one, 2 coats to get opaque. You are gonna see it mattify in a manicure combined with a Salon Perfect bar glitter topper. And I did my ring finger with the bar glitter topper from Sally Hansen. I'll leave the names down below because I can't remember the name of that polish. But then I paired it up with this one and mattified all of my nails. And I really, really love that manicure. It was super adorable. And the last cream that I have here, this is inspired by Mirabel's butterfly that's on her shoulder. And this, I just talked about this polish in a Salon Perfect collection for the Dipping Dots release or whatever. The 4 polishes that I was able to find, I'll link it up in the cards. This one is called Birthday Cake, and it's a pinky purple. Super vibrant and a very, very good formula. This for me got opaque nearly at 1 coat. When I did the swatches of these, my nails were a little bit longer. I think now even I could get it opaque at 1 coat, but I did at 2 because I need the support on my nails usually. So awesome formula, highly pigmented polishes. The 4 that I got were amazing, and this one was one of the better even formulated. I mean, the other ones were amazing too, but this one just kind of topped it because it was just a solid at 1 coat. It was just so good and so vibrant and so beautiful on the nails. And this is the color, basically, if you look at Mirabel's butterfly on her shoulder, this is the exact same color. Moving on to the remaining 5 glitter toppers. So I have these 5 here. I did already mention Brave, which is the blue metallic glitter, and then the gold one from ZOYA, which is Maria Luisa. This one is also really perfect for the candle in the movie. It has very sparkly elements, and I just think it's just amazing. So let me start off with the 2 Orlys that I have here, starting with Hits the Spot. This is reminiscent to Turn It Up, and I brought out Turn It Up because it's their original rainbow glitter topper from ORLY, and I freaking love it. To me, this is a classic. It's amazing. Only that Hits the Spot is the pastel version. It's pastel, but it has some almost neon glitters in here. I don't want to say almost. They're like neon glitters in here, and it also has some larger star glitter that I do feel I have to fish for, but it's well worth it. So the manicure you're gonna see with this is not actually combined with the polishes that I mentioned in this video, but it was a Skittles mani, and I forgot what polishes I used, but I used this one on its own on my ring finger. At 3 coats, it did get opaque for me. I think I tried covering one of the nails, but I can't remember, and it had really great glitter coverage just at 1 application. So really good one. Again, the stars I do need to fish for. And then a black and white glitter. There's black and white elements in Maribel's dress. There's just black and white elements throughout. So I pulled this one, and this is called Turn It Down. This is the counterpart to Turn It Up. So this is the original, and they came out with a black and white version of this one, which is so awesome. And of course, I love Turn It Up so much that I ended up buying this one when it was released. So Turn It Down is just a black and white hex glitter mix with different sizes. So there's micro glitter, medium size, and then larger glitters. And again, really great glitter coverage. I'll have to pull out, try to find the manicure for that one or the swatch for that one for you guys to take a look. But the other black and white glitter topper that I have is from Sally Hansen. This is called Pixel Perfect, and the difference between this black and white glitter topper is that some of the black and white hexes are larger, even larger than the ones in ORLY, and Sally Hansen's has black bar glitter, which is amazing. I freaking love bar glitter. I think it looks so fun. The manicure you're gonna see with Pixel Perfect is, I think, within LA Colors like a bleached or pastel neon polish, and it looked amazing. I really love that manicure. So that's the one that you guys are gonna see on the screen. I know Finger Paints makes a black and white one. I just never tried it, and I have two, so I don't have a need, but it looks really, really good. And then the last two are more like little fairy dust to add little elements to the nails. This one being from Sally Hansen, which is called Moonstone, because it has the blue okay, the micro shimmer here kind of reflects a little blue purple and a little bit green. And this would look freaking amazing over top of Infinity Cool, even over top of this purple one, which is awesome. Really, honestly, over top of most of these polishes. I actually wore it recently as a pedicure over top of, I want to say I wore it over top of On a Trip from Wet n Wild. And that was so beautiful. I really loved that pedicure. And then this one from Color Club, which is kind of that unicorn pea type of topper. And this one is called Pearl-spective, I think. So the little shimmer reflects more purpley pink. It looks yellow in the bottle, but you don't see that on the nails. It's just a little topper. You don't see that color at all. It's actually goes on clear. And it also looks really beautiful. It adds a lot of shimmer initially, so it gives that very strong kind of reflectiveness on the nails, which I really enjoy. And again, another one that will look amazing, you know, a variety of colors. That's everything for this video. I thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really happy that I was able to do this because ever since the movie came out, I've been meaning to do this video. Like I said, you know, I was having a really hard time with finalizing my lineup, and although it's not very cohesive, it is definitely very much inspired by the movie. But you guys will have to let me know if you guys do a shop your stash. You know, what colors would you guys have, you know, like to see? Let's say if a brand was to release a collection based on the movie, what would you guys like to see? What kind of toppers would you guys like to see? Or if you're doing a shop your stash, what colors are you guys pulling? Because I think everybody kind of sees or gravitates towards colors differently, I'm sure. If you have not watched the movie, I highly recommend it. It is very emotional, but it is well worth it. We've watched it endless times, guys. We love this movie so much. I think because it's very relatable, and it touches on some points that our countries struggle with, and so that hit home for me personally. I think that's why it was so emotional. But it also touches on family, you know, the dysfunction of family, but then also the unity, you know, the unity of family, which also touches or hits home for sure. I think one of the scenes specifically, quite a few scenes, and I don't want to give too much away here because I was bawling, where Bruno drew his plate on the table. That was a very emotional scene for me personally, because in the Hispanic community especially, when we come together, it's always food, you know what I mean? We sit down and we eat, and we eat as a family. And so to see him yearn for that and draw his eyes, that was such a hard scene to watch, because I know how important that is for us as a culture. So to see him miss out on that, that freaking broke my heart. That was one of the scenes that I was having a hard time holding it together. Just thinking about it now makes me emotional, because that's pretty rough. But anyways, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.